Hey there, Owl fans. Welcome to your SportsDesk pregame report brought to you by Temple Update. Alongside Vince Coll, I'm Hofsass, and we're here in the beautiful campus of Notre Dame as the Owls are getting ready to take on the Fighting Irish today at 3:30. And Vince, I don't have to tell you that this is a big matchup for a lot of different reasons. First, you have the Temple Owls going into their first battle under new head coach Jeff Collins, and the Fighting Irish did not have a strong season last year at all, so they're definitely going to be looking to bounce back in this first matchup.
Yeah, I'm just excited that game day is finally here. I feel like the build-up has been months on end, and we're finally here. But let's get into this because Notre Dame, like you said, 4-8 last year, so they're no doubt coming out here playing with a chip on their shoulder. And you got Temple, as you said, first-year head coach Jeff Collins. But, you know, he's going to try to keep that culture going. You can't forget they won the AAC championship last year. So, you know, he's going to be, like I said, trying to continue that tradition. And you remember the last time Temple played Notre Dame, it was in Halloween 2015. We were both covering it.
How can we forget?
And it was an incredible night. You know, Temple actually held a lead with 4 minutes left in the game. You know, and I think that, you know, the experience of playing in the big moment, going with, you know, an AAC championship last season, I think that is a big recipe for success for the Owls, and there's as you know, more to get into with the matchup.
And you know, Vince, speaking about experience, it's actually really interesting that both teams are lacking quarterback experience. Temple, that's kind of been the story of their whole camp, is that who's going to be the starting quarterback, who's going to take that first snap. And I think that it's safe to say that both teams, no matter who starts, they're going to have some solid key factors around their offense.
Absolutely. So let's get into this Temple situation right now because, as you know, 4 guys are up for they're above the line in Coach Collins' depth chart that he released. And we're talking about Anthony Russo, Logan Marchi, Frank Nutile, Toddy Centeo. Definitely no order, but Coach Collins said that 2 of the quarterbacks separated themselves in camp, and you may even see a third one in a special package, you know, whatever that means. Definitely a lot of uncertainty around it. But just like you said, you know, Temple's offense, the surrounding pieces. You look at Raquel Armstead, you know, a returning 900-yard rusher last year. You got a top 10 receiving core, you know, in the nation, you know, according to multiple sources. According to multiple sources, Ventel Bryant out there, Adonis Jennings, you know, Isaiah Wright, even Keith Kirkwood, and that's going to take a lot of pressure off whatever quarterback goes into the game for Temple. But definitely a big storyline there. But then you look at Notre Dame, and it's a little less dramatic. You know, you got quarterback Brandon Wimbush, who was a 4-star recruit out of New Jersey. You know, can get it done with his arms, with his legs, and you know he also has a returning core. You know, 4 out of 5 offensive linemen are actually returning for Brandon Wimbush, and a rushing monster in Josh Adams. He'll also be coming back with that offense. So for both teams, you know, experience under center may not be the biggest deal, and it's going to come down to a lot of defense in this game.
And you know, Temple's secondary defense is strong, among the strongest in the country, but their front line, they have some work to do. And I think that might be a huge reason why Temple's going into this game as a 17-point underdog.
Yeah, so you first of all, you look at the front 7 and you see no starting returning linebackers. Both DNs, although they have experience, both DNs you're looking at Sharif Finch on one end, Jacob Martin on the other end. They both have experience, but you know it's going to be they both have injury issues, so not the most game experience. They've both been around the program for a while, but then, you know, you're going to be calling on a lot of young linebackers who look like they can get the job done. Let's not say that these guys are not physically capable. It's just a lot of game experience, you know, has to, you know, it goes into that. It goes into, you know, how they're going to perform. But then let's look at Notre Dame. The front 7, you know, the linebackers are, they're led by Niles Morgan. Linebacker, number 5, captain of this defense, and he's really the rock. They have 2 other returning linebackers. But what's interesting, the defensive line is a little bit shaky. You know, only 1 returning starter there. You know, a lot of guys are going to have to come up, step up. So if you're comparing the front 7s of either team, it's really up in the air who's better.
Alrighty, well that's all we have for our pregame report. As always, be sure to follow us at @TU_SportsDesk for all your game day coverage. And don't forget to tweet us your game day predictions. Alongside Vince Coll, I'm Hofsass.